Namaste, viewers. Welcome to Gnana Degula channel. Let us go through the Sankhya Yoga a little more detail. Some of the aspects of Sankhya Yoga, as mentioned in Bhagavad Gita and other texts. But before we go to the details, I request you to please like, share, and then subscribe to my channel. Please post your comments after having gone through the video discussion, video explanation fully. Now, Sankhya, the philosophical framework is as under now. Sankhya in the Bhagavad Gita particularly refers and some kind of a spiritual philosophy. Bhagavad Gita, it doesn't refer to only intellect or logic. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sankhya means it's not only intellect and logic, but to the spiritual philosophy of dualism. That dualism is like this: the distinction between Purusha consciousness and Prakriti material nature. See, Purusha, in the sense, we have to understand Purusha as consciousness, as Atman, as Antaratma, as that divine force, divine energy. And Prakriti as the material nature which we see around us. This is the distinction it tries to see. Krishna uses Sankhya here in this while advising Arjuna, while talking to Arjuna. He prepares Arjuna's intellect, it is like guiding him first with some kind of a Viveka, that is discrimination. What is this, what is that, and all those things. And this guidance is required to understand Bhakti and Karma. Because immediately if you introduce Bhakti and Karma, it may not be easily understood. So, Krishna uses this Sankhya to prepare Arjuna's intellect. Here, Gita integrates Sankhya with Yoga to evolve a kind of a practical philosophy. Sankhya gives the insight and Yoga gives the method to follow. Something like that. Now the next aspect here is Samatva, equanimity. Samatva means it is the core yogic attitude. It is the core of this yoga. Krishna's teachings, here it says equanimity is called yoga. Samatvam yogam uchyate. Uchyate means it is said. Samatva. What it means? What is Samatva? Samatva is Samadarshitva, or a balanced awareness. It is not indifference. It is a balanced awareness without any emotional bondage. Success, failure, gain or loss, pleasure or pain. You treat them equally. You don't have to treat them differently. Like, when you get some pleasure, don't get elevated yourself. Or when you are under pain, don't go down by that pain. Similarly, gain, loss, success or failure, you have to treat them not with contempt. You have to treat them equally without attaching much importance to those things. It's a call for a kind of a mental resilience and spiritual objectivity. This is Samatvam Yogamuchyate. Now one more word is being used there, the yoga of intelligence, Buddhi yoga. What is this Buddhi yoga? This is a kind of a cultivated intelligence. See, intelligence per se, it is IQ, intelligence quotient as described, It's not mere cleverness. It is not mere intelligent quotient. It's some kind of a cultivated, or you can say is guided intelligence, or somewhere it is properly guided intelligence, or purified intellect, you can call it as. This kind of intellect discerns truth from illusion. So it can differentiate between what is truth, it can differentiate between what is illusion. What is truth, what is this kind of a discernment, this kind of a cultivated intelligence. This leads to moksha, this leads to liberation. So how does it work? This functions under divine guidance. It is to be guided like this. It's not ego driven. I am going to do it. I am good. And now logic also. There is no logic behind this. This is some kind of a divine guidance. In one of these slokas he says, now I have taught you this knowledge from the Sankhya point of view. Listen to it now from the yogic view, he says. This shows that Jnana, knowledge and karma are not contradictory, but complementary to each other. Jnana, knowledge and then karma. See, Jnana, you are having knowledge and then having, putting those into action. They are complementary to each other. Now, the next aspect here is in this Sankhya Yoga, rebirth and the law of continuity. Krishna says, for one who is born, death is certain. For one who dies, birth is certain. So this is a cyclic in nature. Death, birth, death, birth, death. Janma and Prithyu, they are cyclic in nature. So this aspect, this introduces the law of incarnation, reincarnation, incarnation, reincarnation. Here, the aspect is that the Atman does not die. Atman is always eternal. It doesn't undergo any change. Nainam chandanti shastrane, nainam dahativa. So you cannot wet it, you cannot cut it, you cannot remove it, you cannot burn it, you can't do anything with that. It is there. That Atman is there. It will not die. It's eternal. It is there. That's all. There is no question of termination to this Atma. You can't terminate that Atma. But when this Atma enters some body or some physical thing, that dies. That has got an end. Similarly, birth is certain, and for one who dies, birth is certain. Only the body undergoes change. That is one more concept here introduced in this. And we carry karmic impressions into the future lives. So now, karma, whatever we do, there are 2-3 types of its results. One is, if you study well, you will get the result only when you attend the examination after maybe 1 year or 2 years. Now, if you prepare food and then eat it, you will immediately get satisfied. So, the karma of eating, it gives you satisfaction immediately. The karma of studies, or it will give you result only after 1 year. So this is, of course, all these things are within your life time frame. But here it says these impressions, they go beyond this life also. There are certain things, there are certain karmas which we do. It may not give you fruit in this janma at all. And this karma, these karmic impressions are in the subtle form. They move on to the next lives. they are impressions in next lives. So therefore, action in this life has permanent consequences. Only thing is, it might get posted. It might be felt in this life itself, or it might be posted to the next. It could be carried forward to the next janma also, next life, next birth. So this aspect, this brings urgency to live righteously and without delay. What does this mean? See, now, supposing if I do some wrong thing or right thing or whatever it is a tendency of humans, it is tendency of every being that I should get that immediately. Whatever I do it, I should get it immediately. I can't wait for long. So this brings urgency to live righteously. If you have to get the right, life fruit, good fruit, you have to live righteously, and that too without delay. You should start immediately. Next moment, we do not know what might happen to us. So this is the rebirth and the law of continuity. These are the aspects here. Now, the one more aspect is Arjuna's emotional layers. It's a kind of a psychological breakdown. See, Krishna, he doesn't dismiss Arjuna is grieving. He doesn't, what is you are not doing it. Instead, he, like an onion, he peels it layer by layer. He removes it layer by layer, layer by layer, layer by layer. Like, there are so many things. Arjuna is in grief because of emotion. He is so much of emotion towards us, kin, friends, family members. So many are there in the opposite Palaya. He has to kill them, he has to fight with them. The sorrow of killing loved ones, it is emotional. So he has to remove this layer. Krishna has to remove this emotional layer. Now he has got this ethical layer. He has got conflict between compassion and duty. Should I do this? If I do this, what will happen? Ethical. So I am going to kill. So much of loss is going to happen. So many people are going to suffer. All these kinds of things. Ethical. He has to remove this ethical aspect also. One more layer. And confusion about his identity and role. Existential. See, he is totally confused. Who am I? I am killing him. I should not have killed. I carry the burden of killing. I carry the, what is that called? Papa of that killing, all those things. He has to remove this existential layer also. So, Krishna is removing one by one layer. And then fear of dishonor and failure. Social, egoic. If I fail, what will happen to me? If I fail, what the world will think about me? Fear of dishonor and failure. This is another layer, social and egoic layer. He has to remove. Layer by layer, layer by layer, Krishna has to remove this psychological, emotional layers. So here Sankhya Yoga is also a deep psycho-spiritual therapy. It's a psycho-spiritual therapy. It leads Arjuna from emotional overwhelm to clarity. He has no clarity, he is confusion. It removes him from this emotional confusion to clarity. The one more aspect here is the concept of Svadharma, one's own duty. Krishna says in the second chapter, it is better to fall in your own duty than succeed in another's. Svadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayapavaha. See, this teaching are just one, two. See, dharma means individual dharma. It is not, here you should understand that Svadharma means Hindu dharma, Muslim dharma, that dharma, this dharma, not that. It is our own dharma. Know and embrace your unique dharma. What you think, what you feel in your mind, what you feel, what you are doing it from your self. That is the dharma. It is not that I am following this particular set of rules. I am following the another set of rules. The other person is following another. See, it is each individual. This dharma is unique to unique to an individual, because the situations this person faces is totally different from other person. So you have to have this. This is a uniqueness. Embrace your uniqueness. Embrace what thoughts you get from your mind and what you have to do. Of course, with a lot of discernment and a lot of thinking only you have to do, not with at random. So this teaching urges one to know and embrace their unique dharma. Avoid imitation or escaping responsibility. You don't have to do what others did or what others are doing. And you don't have to escape responsibility also. Now, order one's natural tendencies also. The other swabhavas also, the others, whatever the tendencies they have, you have to honor their swabhavas. This has practical relevance today in choosing careers, lifestyles, purpose, which are aligned with inner nature. You have to have that kind of a alignment. The next one was birth of karma yoga. Here, the Sankhya, this karma yoga is elaborated in later in chapter 3. The origination is from here. Act, but do not be attached to the fruit. This is karma yoga. Karma yoga is elaborated here, the chapter 3rd, but it originates here. This includes working with full effort, letting go of anxiety over outcomes, being in the present moment, seeing work as offering to the divine. You are offering to the divine. That is how it is to be understood. It makes every day, from parenting to profession, a spiritual practice. Every moment is a great moment here. This is karma yoga. Every moment is a great moment here. So the summary table, additional something like this, what is Sankhya as dualism, distinction between spirit and matter. To summarize all these things, samatva, equanimity in all experiences in yoga. Buddhi yoga, use a refined intellect for liberation. Rebirth, continuity of life beyond death. Svadharma, embrace your own nature and duty. Karma yoga, detachment in action is spiritual power. Emotional honesty, true spirituality starts with facing one's inner conflict. So these are all the things that are relevant in Sankhya yoga. The final thought on Sankhya yoga is not merely the yoga of knowledge. It is the awakening of inner clarity. So it invites us to think deeply, feel honestly, act wisely, detach gracefully. So remember these key phrases. That is Sankhya yoga. And in doing so, to rise like Arjuna from despair to divine purpose. This is what is the final thought on this. Viewers, with this we end this episode. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Please post your comments in the comment box after having gone through the video completely. Thank you.